Hey, this is Mico, and I'm today taking the 540i, the brand new 2017 540i, the G30 platform, on a test drive by itself. There's a video I put when they let us try them on the racetrack, but it was like a combined video on a bunch of different models. Now this is dedicated, and it's the same route I took with the 530i, so it'll be good to compare. And we get on the freeway right now. This is comfort mode. So this car is a rocket. It's I drive 528i. I drove the 530, the new 4-cylinder version last time. This is definitely next step. This is not the car for me personally. I like smaller engines. I don't like paying that much, so that's just not going to be the car you probably will see me drive in a year. But I definitely can appreciate how it drives and what you get for it. Another thing, I always like to play with these things. This car is it is fully loaded. This is an actual M Sport. Previous I said it was an M Sport, it wasn't, but this is an M Sport. Also, it has dynamic handling package, so you'll see like on tight turns when we go on a twisty road, there's going to be a difference. Also, it has all the tech stuff, driver assistance plus, all the lane departure, lane assist. So I'm going to play with this while I'm on the freeway. First thing we're going to do is cruise control. So turn it on, set, accelerate. So there's a car in front of us, and that's what I like to play with. Let's see. Nope, set it back. Okay. So basically we're following that car. I set it right now at 70, but we're going 63 because there's a car in front of us. And now I'm going to limit the distance, but it's accelerating, but accelerating fairly slowly, and it's just very smooth. Another thing I'm going to activate is the lane assist. So this button right here, what it's going to do, once it detects the lane markings, it's going to help me hold the line. So right now it shows right there, it's all in green and also on head-up display, and it basically steers for me a little bit. I still have to keep my hands on the steering wheel, but it kind of helps me and just makes the ride more pleasant, more relaxing, and kind of like small adjustments here and there. And again, I still have to have my hand on the steering wheel. Just to show you, I take my hands off. It should go away in a little while. It's still working. There you go. So now it's like there's a sign that it's not working. Put your hand on the steering wheel. It was on the head-up display. You cannot see it, but that's how it works. I'm going to change the lane, and now we'll see, put the cruise control up to 75, and again it just smoothly accelerates, smoothly holds the lane for me. And again, the philosophy that BMW seems like they're going with right now is that the 7 Series, there's no more short and long wheelbase. There's just one version, which is the longer wheelbase. It's just marked 750i or 740i. This is, to me, kind of replaces the small short wheelbase 7 Series, because it's pretty much identical to the 7 Series, even the new one that came out last year. It's not as long, but it's longer than the previous 5. There's more room in the back, so it's a very good full-size sedan, even though like it might be considered mid-size, but it's basically full-size. And that's it. So comparing this to 740, this is all you need. 750 is a different story. That will be the next model that's going to come out in a few months, the M550. So we'll see what that's going to do. All right, so let's see. We're going to have some fun. Right now I'm just following the cab in front of me, going 70 miles an hour. Well, I cannot really go much in front. Another thing I want to see if there's going to be a chance to see the accident prevention in action, but we're not going to cause any trouble or cause accidents. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we'll just let it go. There are other videos you can check out for that. Alright, so now I can play with modes. So these are your mode controls. Adaptive will basically respond more to your driving, how you drive. If you accelerate, it will lower the car and change the shifting, open up the throttle. Economy mode, more fuel efficient. This display totally changes, and it just kind of pushes you to be more efficient with fuel. Gonna start getting close to exit to where we're going. Back to comfort. Then there's a sport mode. Again, what's called displays change, and you have really nice sport displays. All right, so I'm gonna do something normally I'm not gonna do. So I'm going 75. I'm gonna change the lane to go behind that truck, which was pretty close. And the car slowed down to 55 or pretty much right now. So that was pretty fast. Now I'm gonna go back to open. You can feel it accelerates in sport mode, accelerates more than it would have in regular mode. And we're just taking off, and we're gonna make our exit. I'm still in cruise control. I'm still not touching the pedal, the brake or gas. So right now there's a truck in front of us. We're following that truck. And right now I'm going 40, slowing down to 31. I'm just following the truck, not touching anything. Let's put on comfort for now. Okay, so that truck is kind of went away. And let's see what's going to happen to us. So now I'm going to touch the brake because we're turning 90-degree turn. I didn't want to just let cruise control, didn't want to risk it too much basically. Alright, so cruise control is off. This is an interesting stretch of road that's very bumpy. This is a landfill, so it changes all the time. So that's a good chance to see how this car takes everything. It takes it really nicely. It takes away all the bumps, no body roll. Again, dynamic handling package makes a huge difference. Well, that's a good one. But I think even without it, these cars handle really well. We're still in comfort mode. But the car is responsive. There's plenty of response. Doesn't feel, there's no lag. I would be fine driving this mode all the time. Alright, there's a turn coming up. I'm going to take this turn a little bit faster. Again, just to check the handling. Dynamic handling package again represents. Let's make this slide. And next slide, we're going to turn into the Guadalupe Parkway Canyon. And that's where we're going to have fun. AC down. Here, waiting for the light to change. Let's go to Sport. Put transmission in Sport 2 for full effect. I'm not going to use paddles. I don't like that. Just like to concentrate on driving. And we'll see what happens. Turn the steering thing off. And let's see if I can kind of make that out of the light. Alright, here we go. Accelerating into the turn, these are the things that you enjoy with these cars. Traction control, I always leave it on, and right now it had to work a little bit because it was a little bit too aggressive, but I didn't feel it. I just saw the thing kind of warning me, but other than that, it was totally seamless. And the car did not slow down. That used to be the thing with traction control with BMW like 6-10 years ago, that it would just kick in and pretty much stop you. Now it does its job, but it doesn't affect your driving. Alright, so get around the truck. There are a couple of cars in the front, gotta be careful. Okay, here we go, another nice turn. Same thing, traction control is working. It's a little bit wet today, so that's another thing that affects the driving. I don't feel it, but I think that's why the traction control has to actually work. Okay, going into the turn, let's slow down before, accelerate into it. So, you know, 530 would do the same thing. This one is just, we don't hear the engine work, and there's so much reserve of power. I could have been going way faster than this. I'm barely touching the throttle. We're in 5th gear, and this is 7-speed transmission. So I don't think it okay, now it's in 7th gear because I was not touching. I was just like cruising, and it went up to 7th gear. Now let's see what's gonna happen. So this is pretty much the last big turn. I'm gonna pop my ears, slow down to the turn. Slow down, and let's go. So now we're in 6th gear. Just a pleasure. I'm not getting out of the turn correctly, and that's why I think traction control is working too hard. I'm not a good racer, but this car compensates for it. It used to be the case that with BMWs you had to know how to drive them. Not anymore. Now I can drive it. So that's it. We're coming up to a stop. I think it was a nice video, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.